Well, hello there everybody and welcome back to Emmy Fen. My name is Emmy and on this channel we do cooking, cleaning, and sometimes other stuff if I feel so moved. Today, as the title suggests, we are cooking and I am making a beef stew. It is cold out. It is like in the low 60s today. It's raining. It's the perfect day to make beef stew. It is inspired by my grandmother's beef stew. I've put my own twist on it, and I'm making it gluten-free and dairy-free. So let's get cooking. I'm hungry. It's gonna take a bit. Okay, so first off, I've got my crock pot here completely unplugged, at the ready. I'm gonna put the lid to the side. And I've got like 2 cups of baby carrots right here. They're cleaned and ready to go. So I'm putting those into my crock pot. And then I've got 6 yellow gold or yellow Yukon potatoes, and gonna get those cut up. They're already washed and ready to go. And all I'm gonna do is just kind of cube them like so, and put them in the crock pot. Next is celery, as you can see here. I'm gonna You can omit celery if you don't want it in there, but I'm using 2 heads, or stalks. 2 heads, like it's garlic. See, they're into small sticks, as you see here. I'm just gonna take them. I'm just gonna take this, throw that in there. All right. Wet paper towel. It's a little better. All right. I'm just gonna roughly slice these as they cook down in the process. I am doing 2. Because we like onions in this house. And then I've got garlic here. I am taking a few cloves. There we go. Peel the garlic. And then I'm just going to roughly slice it. Chop it. Not the prettiest chop, I can tell you that much. But measure garlic with your heart. There's actually some things I forgot, and that is mushrooms. These are Shirataki. You don't have to use Shirataki. My grandmother used Bella's. Some people like the stems. I am not a big fan of the stems. So let me just take it. Slice up the Shiratakis too. Okay, so when it comes to the meat, I do a chuck roast with the meat. This is all clean and washed, but I prefer a chuck roast. You can buy pre-made stew meat if that's what you feel the need to do, but this is how my grandma always did it. And so I'm trying to like follow what she did with her recipe. And I got these chuck roasts. I got a bunch of them up at, I believe it was Sam's Club. So all I'm doing here is just cubing them up into stew meat. And then we're going to quickly saute these to get like a good brown on it. Okay, so we're here over at my station. I've got everything set up. First thing I'm gonna do is put some oil into my pan so we can get that browning in there. And I'm gonna turn my heat on to about a medium high, somewhere around there, and get this pan nice and heated up so that we can brown the meat. And you're gonna wanna do this in batches, because if you put all this meat straight into this pan, you're gonna have beef soup. And that's not gonna yield the color that you're gonna want. So I'm just gonna take a little bit. There we go. Like half of this. Ooh, I can feel that heat. And that is just enough to give spacing. Okay, so now that I got it relatively browned, you can go longer if you want. I am just gonna take this and just put it straight into my crock pot. Let this heat up and get the second batch going. And I will meet you after the second batch has been put into my crock pot. And we'll make the gravy that's gonna go into it. Okay, so I've got right here some like 3 cups of water, give or take. And this is gonna be the solid base of what I'm doing. So I've got some beef powdered base here that I'm going to put in there. This is a half tablespoon marker, so we're gonna, oh my goodness, I made a mess. I want about a tablespoon and a half of this, I would say, of this base. And then in here as well, I'm gonna do, so I have this witch's brew wine. You can omit this if you want, but I really like it. It's a mulled wine and it just goes well with beef. So I'm doing about half a cup. Putting that in there. This is like my favorite wine in the whole wide world. It's cheap, but it's really good. I enjoy mulled wine for the season. I think it's very fitting. And then I am going to add, oh goodness. We're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. There we go. And from there, I've got tomato paste. And I am going to use this whole can. It adds a richness. Everything is splashing all over me. So I have this Likumki chili oil, and I quite like to use like a spoonful of this in here. Got a little extra spice. Again, you can omit it, but I think it helps add to the flavor. Taste it. That's a good base. Let's go. Okay, at this point we are at the crock pot. What I'm going to do is add some smoked paprika. I get this like in bulk. And get that sprinkled on there. I'm terrible at measurements, but I'd say like half a tablespoon, maybe. Garlic, again, I measure garlic with my heart. Do what makes you happy, but this is what makes me happy. And then onion powder. And the reason why I'm just throwing this all on top is because I have that juice that's going to just let that sink in. Sprinkle on some thyme. We could all use a little more thyme in our lives. All right, and then I'm adding 2 bay leaves. These are 2 small bay leaves, but you don't need a ton. And then just pour this on top. There we go. And that's all you're gonna need because it's gonna cook down. And we're just gonna turn that all the way on to high and let it sit. All right, here she is in all of her glory. My own beef stew recipe, but kind of mimicking my grandmother's recipe. Smells good, kids were excited. And like this meat is so fall apart tender. So good, so good. Sometimes I like to serve this with coleslaw and my grandmother's orange jello. I know it sounds weird, but this is how my grandma would serve it typically, is with those things, coleslaw and orange jello. It sounds weird, but it's like the best combination, and this just reminds me of Sunday nights at my grandma's house for a family dinner. It's freaking good. Makes me a happy gal. Try this out. Link in the recipe. Recipe down below. Not in a link. I'm gonna put it all there to the best of my ability, and you enjoy. Feel some comfort. Enjoy. Wrong season. Have a good day.